Hello everyone, welcome to the Bharat Kranti channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the philosophy of the UPSC Civil Services Examination syllabus. Before we begin, let us understand what do we mean by philosophy. Philosophy is the study of the fundamental nature of something. It is about asking deeper questions, especially the question why. So in this video, we will try to understand the thinking behind the UPSC CSE syllabus. We will explore why the syllabus is framed the way it is, what it is actually trying to test, and how it is designed to prepare administrators for real India. Once you understand this philosophy, the syllabus will stop looking random to you and will start making sense as a coherent whole. Okay, so let us begin. Imagine you are an IAS officer or IPS officer freshly posted as a district collector or superintendent of police in a district or a particular region of India, anywhere in India. This district is not just a piece of land marked on a map. It is a living, breathing society. It will be having its own people, its own culture, its own history, its own geography, its own economy, its own political administrative structure, and its own challenges and its own aspirations. What does this mean in reality? Let us see. So the region you are posted in will have its own culture. Suppose you are posted in a region whose culture is very different from yours. And if you do not understand the local customs, traditions, language, social norms, and collective sensitivities, etc., you will not just fail as an administrator. You will become a serious embarrassment to the government itself, which you are representing. For example, an officer posted in a tribal region but ignoring tribal customs, or an officer posted in a deeply traditional rural society but behaving with urban arrogance. So these kind of officials will lose legitimacy instantly because administration works only when people feel respected. Next comes history. So every region is shaped by its past. Take Punjab as an example. Punjab's strong community life, discipline, land-holding patterns, social confidence cannot be understood without understanding their history. The role of the Sikh Gurus, resistance to the oppression, the partition trauma, the evolution of military and agrarian traditions, etc. So these all you have to understand. If an officer posted in Punjab ignores this historical background, even his or hers well-intended policies may fail on the ground. History explains why a region behaves the way it does today. So next comes geography and environment. Every region in India has a distinct physical character. It can be an island, a desert, a fertile plain, or a hilly terrain, or a forest dominated area. It may be drought prone, flood prone, cyclone prone, or ecologically very fragile like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand today. Geography silently shapes livelihood risks, and most importantly, it also shapes the administrative priorities. So, an officer who ignores geography is like fighting reality itself. You should understand the geography to govern effectively. Then comes the political and administrative framework. Every district has panchayats, municipalities, MLAs, MPs, bureaucracy, pressure groups, unions, NGOs. There can be even informal centers like influential local people, businessmen, etc. So an officer must know where power flows, who influences whom, how accountability works, which is legal and which is illegal. So without this understanding, administration becomes isolated and ineffective as it operates within a political ecosystem. Okay, so then comes the local economy. You must understand wherever you have been posted, what do people do for a living? Is it agriculture based, industry driven, mining dependent, or service oriented, etc.? Because employment, migration, poverty, social tension, and even crime, etc., are deeply linked to the economic structure. A policy that ignores the local economy may look excellent on paper, but it will harm the people it is meant to help. Okay, so after economy comes the one of the important critical layer, which is local challenges. So every region will have its own unique problems. They can be local challenges like caste conflicts, they can be land disputes, communal tensions, regional challenges like organized crime, drug trafficking, or even national challenges like Naxalism. There can be strategic challenges like border security, environmental challenges like disaster vulnerability. Okay, so a district may be affected by various things like Naxalism, border area drug problem, high crime rates, okay, frequent floods, droughts, or cyclone, or even all of them together. So an officer must be able to diagnose what kind of challenge it is, and must be able to respond with appropriate strategy, not generic solutions like common man. Okay, so along with understanding all of these aspects, a true administrator must also understand one critical thing, that is aspirations of the people living in that region. People do not just want schemes, they want dignity, they want justice, they want fairness, they want to restore the faith in the system, they want to maintain the faith in the system they have put in. They want opportunities, they want stable jobs, employment, etc. They want housing. Okay, they want safety for all of the people. Okay, so let's say if there is a gruesome crime occurred in that region, people don't want explanation, they want justice from you. So from the people's eyes, you are expected to be wiser than them, you are expected to be more knowledgeable, you are expected to be kind but still strict. Okay, kinder yet firmer. You are seen as a leader in crisis. So simply speaking, to them, you are more than an ordinary person. And then one more thing you have to understand is that administration today is not isolated. National and international developments occurring directly affect your region. For example, take the recent example when Donald Trump, the President of United States of America, imposed 50% tariffs on Indian exports into USA. Many textile factories, leather industry, tanneries, etc. in Tamil Nadu have been shut down in a very short period, leading to unemployment and social distress because the livelihoods of the people in these regions depended on those exports. Similarly, when geopolitical tensions rise, like let's say India and Pakistan have gone into conflict again, who will be affected first? The border districts of Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab and Rajasthan, etc. These states and the regions in these states will feel the impact first. This means an officer cannot afford to be aware of only of local issues. These examples show that you must constantly track regional, national and international developments to administer your region effectively. Another important reality is that administration today also demands a minimum level of technological awareness. It is no longer optional for a public servant to understand technology. It directly affects your efficiency, transparency and service delivery. Imagine a public servant today who does not know how to operate a smartphone, who cannot use digital platforms, or who does not understand how artificial intelligence like ChatGPT or Google Gemini is simplifying our tasks. Such an officer will definitely struggle to implement government schemes like digital welfare schemes, monitor project in real time. He struggles to use data for decision making. There is a lot of data available, but he cannot use it. Communicate efficiently with citizens. He cannot communicate efficiently with citizens. Technology today is not replacing administrator actually. It is amplifying their capacity. Okay, so technology is a must. Basic understanding of technology is a must. And finally, it is not just for officers, even for ordinary citizens, there are some basic skills which are necessary today. Like basic English, it is needed because we interact with people from different linguistic backgrounds. Basic mathematics is unavoidable because all of us deal with money, budgets and calculations, etc. Even those who hate numbers needs to know basic numeracy. And basic logical reasoning is also essential for having efficiency in every task we do. We use logic every day actually. Whether it is you are counting calories to become more fit because we want maximum burn of calories with minimum effort. We want to finish a task efficiently at our workplace. So for these purposes, we need the skill of logical reasoning. So basically all these three skills, basic English, basic maths, basic logical reasoning, etc. are unavoidable in present day life. Okay, so you ask yourself the core question. Now we have discussed some things. Okay, is it possible for anyone to govern a region without understanding all these aspects? Is it possible? No. This is where the philosophy of the UPSC CSE syllabus begins. So now the answer to the ultimate question, why the UPSC has designed the Civil Services Examination syllabus in this way? The real answer is UPSC did not design the syllabus to create scholars. They don't want scholars. It was designed to prepare administrators for real India. They want administrators. Okay, but this exam is having so much of intense competition. Everyone wants to be IAS, IPS. Because of the intense competition, UPSC has divided this examination into 3 stages. Preliminary examination or prelims, mains and interview. And each stage tests a different dimension or different skill of yours. Okay, so let us discuss this stage by stage. So the first stage among these is preliminary examination or prelims, as it is most commonly called. It has 2 papers which are 2 hours each and will be conducted in the morning and afternoon sessions respectively on the same day. So the first paper is GS paper 1 and it has the following. Current events of national and international importance, because we have already seen national and international developments directly affect your region. History of India and Indian national movement, because every region is shaped by its past, and also ignorance of history make us repeat the same mistakes again. Indian and world geography, Indian polity and governance, because officers operate within the limits of the Constitution of India. Economic and social development, because poverty, welfare, growth, etc. all are our daily realities. General issues of environment, as development without sustainability destroys future, like you cannot use fossil fuels forever, polluting the environment. General science, okay, science and technology and health, etc. shape our policies. Okay, so please note that this is neither a detailed syllabus video nor a detailed explanation of the syllabus. Syllabus will be discussed in detail in the next video. In this video, I am limiting myself to explaining the philosophy of the syllabus, that is the reason behind the framing of the syllabus in the way it was, okay, by the UPSC. So the second paper is GS paper 2 or Civil Services Aptitude Test or CSAT as it was normally called. It tests comprehension, reasoning, decision making and numeracy. Okay, why? Because officers read files, interpret data, manage budgets and take decisions under pressure every single day. So combine these 2 papers, prelims basically ask 2 questions. Do you have the basic awareness of India and the world? Do you have the minimum mental tools required to function as an administrator? Okay, you should have the answers to clear prelims. Next stage is mains. Candidates who clear prelims are eligible to appear for mains. If prelims tests awareness, mains tests understanding, analysis and maturity. Okay, see the overall structure of the mains exam first. There are 2 language papers, 1 essay, 4 general studies papers or GS papers and 2 optional papers. In the mains, first there are two qualifying language papers, okay, Indian language papers and English language paper. these are compulsory, but they are only qualifying. Why? Because administration is about communication, orders, reports, instructions, and public interaction, and these all are very necessary, okay, to interact with people. Okay, without basic communication skills, authority becomes ineffective and dangerous. Okay, so after these two language papers which are necessary, then comes the essay paper. Okay, or as it is officially called by UPSC, paper 1. Okay, a leader must see multiple sides of an issue, balance emotion with reason, and express ideas clearly and responsibly. Okay, this essay paper tests thought, not memory. For example, if the issue is unemployment, can you balance economic growth, social justice, fiscal constraints, and human dignity, all of these dimensions, as one coherent argument? So this is what being tested. So basically, essay paper asks, can you think deeply, independently, and coherently? Okay, so after essay comes the 4 GS papers. GS paper 1, GS paper 2, GS paper 3, GS paper 4, or as UPSC calls them, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, and paper 5. Okay, please do not get confused here between UPSC official terminology and general terminology used by aspirants. Okay, GS paper 1 or paper 2, as officially called by UPSC, basically contains syllabus of subjects such as art and culture of India, Indian history, world history, Indian society, and geography. So GS paper 1 is like, it is basically asking what kind of society are you governing. Okay, so after GS paper 1 comes GS paper 2 or paper 3, whatever you call it, with the subjects such as Indian constitution, polity, governance, social justice, and international relations. So this paper is like asking, how does the Indian state function? You should know it. Okay, this paper is the daily operating manual of a civil servant, the syllabus in this paper, as every civil servant needs to uphold the constitution and the law. Okay, next comes the GS paper 3 or paper 4, and it contains the subjects Indian economy, agriculture, technology, environment, disaster management, security, etc. Okay, GS3 is basically asking, how do our economy, development, and security, all of these work together. Okay, this paper is about real world problem solving. It is not theory. And next comes GS paper 4 or paper 5, containing the syllabus of ethics. Okay, this paper is exclusively for ethics. It is called ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Okay, so this is basically asking you, what kind of power holder will you become? Because people will change when they have power. Power without ethics destroys institutions. Okay, so your ethical values are tested here. So after GS paper, next comes 2 papers of optional subject, because administration also needs some depth, not just breadth. This is tested in 2 papers belonging to one optional subject, which you will choose among the options UPSC gives you. It is called optional because UPSC gives you options to choose. Okay, it is not optional in a sense that you can skip it. It is called optional because UPSC gives you the option to choose, and you will choose, and you will write 2 papers on it. Okay, you will write 2 papers on it. So UPSC wants civil servants with diverse specializations who can be useful in diverse national situations. Like for example, a civil servant with expertise in medical sciences, he becomes invaluable during a crisis like COVID-19 pandemic we have seen few years back. Okay, and by the way, those aspirants who are having sociology optional, they can follow our separate sociology channel. Okay, so after mains, for the candidates who clear mains, UPSC will conduct a interview, or as it officially called, personality test. So the final stage, this personality test or interview is the final stage. It assesses your personality, not your memory. And there is no fixed syllabus here. The candidate will be interviewed by a board through a questions on matters of general interest. Okay, as per this is the official notification you can see here. So candidate will be interviewed by a board who will have before them a record of his career. Okay, so you will be going into a room, you will be sitting in front of a panel of candidates, a group of interview panel, okay, group of members who are called interview panel or interview board. Okay, and they will evaluate the following qualities in the candidate: mental caliber, intellectual qualities, social traits, okay, interest in current affairs, mental alertness, critical powers of assimilation, clear and logical exposition, balance of judgment, variety and depth of interest, ability for social cohesion, leadership qualities, intellectual and moral integrity. So try to understand what all of these values are. This is like syllabus of interview. Okay, so overall, simply put, they assess your suitability for public service. Are you suitable or not if they recruit you? So the personality test basically asks, are you suitable to hold power in public life? Okay, you will be given so much power. Are you suitable to hold this power in the public life? Okay, so they cannot trust a random person with this much power. So some final words. The UPSC syllabus is not a list of subjects. Okay, it is a blueprint for understanding India. It is a blueprint for understanding India. Okay, it is a blueprint for exercising power responsibly. Okay, it is a blueprint for serving society ethically. Okay, and it is designed to test a wide range of skills, your analytical ability, your knowledge, your decision making capacity, and your overall personality. Okay, only when you understand why the syllabus exists like this, when you understand this philosophy, then you will start seeing everywhere, whether it is in your books or in newspaper, then you will start to understand everything. Okay, so that is how you must internalize the syllabus. That is the only way to make your preparation meaningful, not mechanical. Make your preparation meaningful, not mechanical. And this is what I'm saying. This is the philosophy of UPSC CSE syllabus. Okay. So why it is very important to understand this? It is very important to understand because it tells you what to study and how to study. Only when you understand why it was framed, what is expected from you, then only you will know what to study, how to make you, how to transform you into that person they are expecting. Okay, they are expecting. Okay, and let me tell you, many aspirants start with so much energy, so much enthusiasm, but without understanding the true nature of the syllabus. And over the preparation, over the years, they will realize the depth and width of the preparation, and they will start to lose their motivation and they will waste so many attempts. Okay, so that is why this video is very essential, especially for beginners and also repeat aspirants. In fact, it is very essential for everyone. Okay, so this completes our present video, the philosophy of UPSC syllabus. But if you are a serious aspirant, if you are very serious about UPSC, let us go keyword wise and in depth through the entire syllabus. Okay, through the entire syllabus in our next video. Okay, so thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Okay, please share this video with your friends. I hope this video is very useful to you.